Throughout history, there are moments frozen in time, moments when the impossible became reality. Imagine standing against a force 10 times your size, with the fate of your world hanging in the balance. Would you fight? This is the story of those who did, the underdogs, who faced unwinnable battles and, against all odds, won. Our first story takes us back to 480 BC, to a narrow coastal pass in Greece called Thermopylae. The mighty Persian Empire, led by King Xerxes, had assembled one of the largest armies the world had ever seen, hundreds of thousands strong, with a single goal, the conquest of Greece. Standing in their way was a tiny, defiant force of a few thousand Greeks, led by 300 Spartans under King Leonidas. For Persia, this was about expanding an already vast empire. For the Greeks, it was about survival. Everything was at stake, their freedom, their culture, their very existence. The conflict was brutally simple. The massive Persian army, a tidal wave of men and steel, crashed against a small, unyielding wall of Greek shields. The narrow pass of Thermopylae became a meat grinder. The Persians had overwhelming numbers, elite warriors, like the Immortals, and a seemingly endless supply of soldiers. The Greeks had superior training, iron discipline, and the strategic advantage of the terrain. For 2 days, the impossible held. The small Greek force repelled wave after wave of Persian attacks. The world's greatest superpower was being held at bay by a handful of warriors. But then, betrayal. A local resident showed the Persians a hidden mountain path, allowing them to surround the Greeks. The battle was lost before it even began again. But this is where the turning point happens, a moment that would echo for eternity. Knowing they were doomed, King Leonidas made a choice. He dismissed the bulk of the Greek army, ordering them to fall back and prepare for the next fight. He, along with his 300 Spartans and a few hundred other brave allies, chose to stay. They would make their last stand. This wasn't a military decision. It was a symbolic one. They fought to the last man, not for victory in battle, but for victory in spirit. Their sacrifice bought precious time for the rest of Greece to mobilize. But more importantly, it lit a fire. News of their incredible bravery spread like wildfire, uniting the fiercely independent Greek city-states. The stand at Thermopylae transformed a hopeless defense into a legendary tale of defiance. It showed that the mighty Persian Empire was not invincible. It could be resisted, it could be fought. This single act of defiance directly inspired the Greek naval victory at Salamis and the final triumph at Plataea, which ultimately saved Western civilization as we know it. The lesson of Thermopylae is not just about courage in the face of certain death. It's about the power of an idea. It teaches us that sometimes, the greatest victories aren't won on the battlefield, but in the hearts and minds of people. It shows that one defining act of sacrifice can inspire a nation, change the course of history, and prove that even when the odds seem impossible, the human spirit can refuse to be broken. The story of the 300 is a timeless reminder that true strength isn't always measured in numbers, but in conviction. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as powerful as I do, make sure to like and subscribe for more tales of history's greatest underdogs.